Hi, it's Annie again, and welcome to the Walking Word as we continue to read the Bible in a year. Today we're reading Genesis chapter 6, the origin of the Nephilim. When men began to multiply on the earth, and the daughters were born to them, the sons of heaven, some, some versions say the sons of God, the sons of heaven saw how beautiful the daughters of man were, and so they took for their wives as many of them as they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not remain in man forever, since he is but flesh. And this is what most of us human beings suffer with, flesh and our spirit. Yeah? And this is how the Holy Spirit actually left man initially. The Lord continues to say, let me repeat, my spirit shall not remain in man forever. Since he is but flesh, his days shall comprise 120 years. So that was the blessing, that we live only to 120 years. At that time, the Nephilim appeared on the earth, as well as later, after the sons of heaven had intercourse with the daughters of man, who bore them sons. They were the heroes of old, the men of renown. Then we move to the warning of the flood. When the Lord saw how great, when the Lord saw how great was man's wickedness on the earth, and how no desire that his heart conceived was ever anything but evil, he regretted that he made man on the earth, and his heart was grieved. So God does regret. So the Lord said, I will wipe out from the earth the men whom I have created, and not only the men, but also the beasts and the creeping things and the birds of the air, for I am sorry that I made them. But Noah found favor with the Lord. Favor means advantage. Favor means, yeah, a different look. These are the descendants of Noah. Noah, a good man and blameless in that age. In that age, meaning at that time, he was blameless. He wasn't wicked like the rest. For he walked with God. Then he begot three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. In the eyes of God, the earth was corrupt and full of lawlessness. When God saw how corrupt the earth had become, since all mortals led depraved lives on earth, he said to Noah, I have decided to put an end to all mortals on earth. The earth is full of lawlessness because of them, so I will destroy them and all life on earth. Let me just wipe them out. Let me just clean it all out. Now they move to the preparation for the flood. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Put various compartments in it and cover it inside and out with pitch. Pitch is darkness, I think tar, something like that, to sort of insulate it. This is how you shall build it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make an opening for daylight in the ark and finish the ark a cubit above it. Put an entrance in the side of the ark, which you shall make with bottom, second, and third decks. So it was a three-floored deck. I, on my part, am about to bring the flood, the waters on the earth, to destroy everywhere all creatures in which there is the breath of life, anything that has breath of life. Everything on earth shall perish, but with you, exception, but with you I will establish my covenant agreement, a new understanding. You and your sons, your wife and your son's wife shall go into the ark. Protection. Remember, as much as God curses, there's always a blessing and there's always a way out for everything. That's why we give thanks in all situations. We shall learn about that later. But let's go back. But with you I will establish my covenant. You and your sons, your wife and your sons' wives shall go into the ark. Of all other living creatures, you shall bring two into the ark, one male, one female, that you may keep them alive with you. Of all kinds of birds, of all kinds of beasts, of all kinds of creeping things, two of each shall come into the ark with you to stay alive. Moreover, you are to provide yourself with all the food that is to be eaten. So don't stay hungry in the ark. Carry your food and store it away that it may serve as provisions for you and for them, for you and for all the creatures. This Noah did. He carried out all the commands that God gave him. We finish chapter 7 in the next one.